Welcome back to First Step Gun Essentials. As you can see, we've got a lot to talk about today, and we're going to be talking about the most popular concealed carry options on the market, as well as all the different holster options that are available, so you're going to want to stick around. We've got a lot to talk about today. We're going to be talking about the popular concealed carry handguns on the market and the holsters that go with them. There's so many options to choose from, and it can be a little confusing if you're just getting started. In our next video, we're going to be talking about each and every one of these side-by-side shooting, and we'll tell you what our favorite concealed carry handgun on the market is. And at the end of this video, I'm going to tell you which holster and carry position I personally recommend. So stick around. So there's so many options out on the market. We're going to make things simple for you. I'm going to talk about the different holster options and features for inside the waistband, appendix carry, and what I like about the holsters that I have here. So for starters, let's talk about price. Holsters range from an Uncle Mike's holster, I picked this one up on Amazon for about $12, all the way up to this Tolster Oath holster that I just ordered for $79.99. The sky's the limit. You can actually get fancier custom options, and you can spend up to $150 on a nice appendix rig from companies like T-Rex Arms, Last Line of Defense, QVO Tactical, and those are some great options as well. We'll cut right to the chase. The great news about if you're getting into guns in 2020 is there are a lot of quality options out there. There's options at every price point with features that are going to work for you. What works for me might not work for you, so you'll want to stick around and watch the range reviews on the individual guns. But today, again, we're mostly focusing on holsters and carry positions. So let's talk about holsters, for example. There are a lot of different materials used by holsters, and there's a lot of different carry positions. Find what works best for you. So for materials, most popular material by far right now is Kydex, which is kind of like a hard plastic material. Actually, this one's injection molded, but this is a Kydex holster. Kydex comes in a lot of forms. It's easily moldable when it's heated up, and it's very durable. So a lot of companies use Kydex to make their holsters. We also have some other options like sticky holsters, which we've been carrying a lot recently, and I really like this holster, and we'll talk about why here in a minute. But again, you have different materials, you have leather, so holsters come in a lot of different materials, and depending on what you're looking for, you're going to find different options available, but there's a couple predominant materials on the market. The other thing to talk about is retention. So some holsters have an active retention. I can show a picture of these like Serpa holsters where you actually have to push something in where it'll let go of the trigger. This one's from Blackhawk. Kydex holsters often will have kind of a loose retention that you can adjust, so it'll hold the gun and you'll feel it kind of click in and out of place, but there is limited retention. But again, most of those Kydex holsters are usually carried inside the waistband, and then you've got different levels of retention. So all the way from essentially no retention other than your belt holding the gun against your body, all the way up through different types of retention mechanisms for your gun. Another cool thing about Kydex holsters is their versatility. They come in lots of different sizes. This is one from Last Line of Defense that I really like, but I also like holsters. This one's from QVO Tactical and T-Rex Arms. They make a lot of great options, and one cool thing about their holsters is you can get them with sidecars, so you can also have an extra amount of capacity with you because you could store an extra magazine quite comfortably. And in the appendix carry position, it's fairly easy to take with you on the go. One clip, and I can bring this with me. This one's actually a very comfortable holster. Side note, a quick tip. One of the things I think about holsters that you need to find for you is it going to work every day? A lot of videos show people with a holster on them and they're saying, look, it fits, it's concealable, it's great, but when you're carrying a holster on you every day, getting in and out of vehicles, sitting up and down, find a position that allows, or a holster that fits on you well, but you can easily sit up and down, tie your shoes, move your legs without it digging too hard into you. Now that we've had a brief overview of the different materials as well as all the different body positions we'll carry, we'll talk about the two predominant types of holsters that you'll find for the majority of how people carry. And that is what we call outside the waistband and inside the waistband. These two holsters are from a company called Red River Tactical, and I really like them. And what you'll see is an outside the waistband holster is just that. It'll have belt loops or clips, and it'll actually clip to the outside of your belt, and the firearm will sit on the outside of your body like that. A lot of times people will carry in the 3 o'clock position or the 4 o'clock position, and this type of carry is very comfortable. The reason people often carry inside the waistband with a holster like this is because it's much easier to conceal carry. So if you live in a cooler climate where you can throw a shirt over it or a jacket, outside the waistband is a very good option to carry. But if you live in a place where concealment is really important, an inside the waistband holster is going to be something you're looking at. All right, next let's talk about holster positions. So again, majority of the positions that people carry in are somewhere along their belt. There's different configurations for that, but essentially what you have are up front, which are appendix carry, and that's growing in popularity for a lot of reasons. It's a lot more popular today than it was years ago. And then around the rest of your back. Now, we don't recommend carrying in the 5 or 6 o'clock position just because it limits your ability to access your firearm when you're in a seated position or while driving. So a lot of times we'll see people carry along their waist. This would be 3 o'clock position or 4 o'clock, and that's common with outside the waistband. And a lot of inside the waistband holsters are designed to be carried usually in the appendix position where they can be easily accessed. There are a lot of brands to choose from when picking a holster. Any gun store or online, you're going to see tons of brands. Now, the way to decide what brand is going to work best for you, I think, is to first think about the position that you'd like to carry, as well as the features that you want. So next we're going to talk briefly about some of the features that you're going to want. So we're going to start by talking about this sticky holster and why I really like it. So I carry a Glock 43X. That's been my new concealed carry. I just moved to this from my Glock 19, and I absolutely love it because coupled with the Shield S15 magazines, we're going to be doing an individual review on those later. I've got 15 rounds of capacity in a Glock, virtually single stack size, subcompact 9mm, and so I absolutely love that. We'll talk more about that in another video. And I've got a lot of holsters for it, and the sticky holster, again, let me clear this real quick. It's already been cleared, but I really like the sticky holster just because I think the sticky holster wins on comfort. When I'm carrying this thing around every day, between the size of this thing and I can just throw it in my belt anywhere I want, and even without all these other features on other holsters, one, they're very affordable and it's a nice quality material, and realistically for everyday carry without having to think about it, nice and comfortable. Now, I've posted pictures of like Uncle Mike's holsters and sticky holsters before, and invariably I get somebody in the comments who says, oh, you shouldn't carry that, it doesn't have retention, it's not Kydex. And for those of you, I'm sorry, but if you haven't tried one and worn it, one, I wear my belt nice and snug a little bit, and I'm not doing backflips like that FBI agent in that one video. So for carrying it around, the belt holds it nice and snug against my body. I actually have to work to get it out, and it's the most comfortable thing on the market. Next, my two favorite appendix carry options in the Kydex material, if you will, are this new holster that I just got from Tolster, and it's the Oath. We're going to talk about this one here in a second, and the Bravo Concealment Torsion 3.0. This is a holster from Blade Tech, and as you can see, it's very low profile, very minimalist, and it has a nice IWB clip, so you can throw your gun in it and conceal carry very easily. Some of these larger holsters are a little bit more bulky, and that's a matter of personal preference and does the holster fit you very well. But you have everything from these small material holsters all the way to these different types of features, and we're going to talk about some of these features here in a second. All right. Thanks for sticking around. I know we covered a lot. There are so many options for holsters and concealed carry guns and home defense guns on the market. If you like this content, please consider subscribing. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram, and let us know what you think in the comments below. If you know a good holster company, or if you've got an idea for a good CCW option. And we're going to be talking in greater detail in the following videos on our favorite holsters, as well as we're going to be doing reviews on the individual guns. If you have any questions, always feel free to reach out to us at firststepgunessentials.com. You can contact us if you need some help along the process. Our goal is to simplify the process for you. And if you're in the Phoenix area, come check us out at Shooter's World, either in Peoria or at the Phoenix location. And you can try these guns out and hit the range. Have a good day.